Gotham's shadow is a lonely one, and I thought you might have been too busy with your own. But here we are, in this forgotten corner of the city, a place where pain has left its mark on every brick and every face. I asked to meet here because this city, it speaks a language I understand, a language of broken promises and shattered bones. You, the Dark Knight, you wear your pain like a uniform. I wear mine like a second skin. So let's not waste time with pleasantries. What to a man who lives in the shadows is pain?
It's a testament, Payne. A physical record of a world that refuses to be whole. I've always viewed it as a measure of our failures, a constant reminder of every person I failed to save, every crime I failed to prevent. It is a biological signal, yes, a simple warning, but for me it is also a relentless echo of a single night, a single alley, a single gunshot that defined my entire existence. It's a ghost that follows me, a weight I carry, and it fuels every punch I throw, every shadow I become. It's not a thing to be understood, but a thing to be endured. What else is there to it?
Endurance is for the weary. I see it as a constant, a tide that never recedes. I've seen it in the faces of junkies on the streets, in the cold eyes of murderers, and in the mirror every morning. It's not a ghost, it's a living part of me. It is the filter through which I see the world. It's the reason I trust no one and expect the worst from everyone. You talk about it as a measure of failure, but I've found it to be a measure of truth. It strips away the lies, the pleasant illusions, the societal fictions we tell ourselves. It leaves you with nothing but what is real, what is raw, what is true. You can't lie to yourself when you're in pain. What kind of truth does your pain tell you, Batman?
My pain tells me of a singular truth, that the world is broken, and it is my purpose to fix it. It is the engine of my crusade, the relentless fire that keeps me going on nights when all hope seems lost. It reminds me that apathy is a luxury I cannot afford, but I do not let it define me. I master it, I compartmentalize it, I use it as a tool. I don't let it become who I am, I let it inform what I do. You see it as a lens to view the world, but I see it as a fuel for action. It is the difference between a man who observes and a man who changes things. Your truth is a bleak one, a passive one. I refuse to be passive in the face of suffering.
There's nothing passive about living with this kind of weight. It's a fight every day just to get out of bed. The action you speak of, the change, is just a temporary bandage on an arterial wound. You stop one crime and another one takes its place. You lock up one monster, and 10 more crawl out of the woodwork. The pain remains. It's always there, a low hum beneath the noise of the city. My truth is not a bleak philosophy. It is a brutal fact. The world isn't broken, Batman. It's just a place where pain is the fundamental law of the land. We're not here to fix it, we're here to survive it. And maybe, just maybe, to make sure the ones we care about don't suffer as much as we have. Your crusade is a noble lie. My survival is an honest one.
A noble lie is better than a miserable truth, Payne. My crusade is not about a final victory, but about a constant struggle. To surrender to the idea that pain is the fundamental law of the land is to surrender hope itself. And without hope, what is left? Nothing but the same empty despair you see on every street corner. My actions are not about fixing the world once and for all. They are about proving that it can be a little less broken. It is a defiant act, a refusal to let the darkness win. I fight because I choose to, because I refuse to let that boy in the alley define the man I become. I have to believe that the world is a better place than the one that took my parents. Without that belief, I am nothing.
I don't need a lie to get out of bed, Batman. I have something stronger: vengeance. A cold, bitter, and relentless drive to make the bastards who took everything from me pay. It's not hope that fuels me. It's a thirst for justice, a need for balance. You talk about changing the world, but I've seen what it takes. It's a bullet in the back, a knife in the gut, a betrayal from the ones you thought you could trust. Pain isn't a philosophical concept, it's a physical reality, a constant reminder of how close you are to the abyss. My truth is not a miserable one, it's a practical one. It tells me to trust no one, to keep my back to the wall, and to always have a bullet in the chamber. It's a miserable world, but at least I know where I stand.
Vengeance is a fire that consumes, not a light that illuminates. It gives you a reason to keep moving, yes, but it traps you in a cycle of your own making. You are a prisoner of your past, a slave to the memory of your suffering. My pain, on the other hand, is not a memory I am bound to, but a lesson I have learned. It taught me that crime is not a force of nature, but a sickness, and I am the cure. It taught me that no one should ever have to go through what I did. Your vengeance is an act of self-preservation. My crusade is an act of self-sacrifice. You fight because you have nothing left to lose. I fight because I have everything left to protect.
Self-sacrifice, a luxury for those who still have something to give. I've sacrificed everything, Batman. My family, my career, my sanity. All that's left is this endless, grinding routine. And for what? To chase shadows you know you'll never catch. To stand on a rooftop and watch the city burn from a new direction every night. Your pain is a romantic story you tell yourself to justify your costume. Mine is the cold, hard, unromantic reality of a life that has been blood dry. It isn't a lesson, it's a terminal diagnosis. The only thing it's taught me is that the world is a cruel place, and the only justice you'll ever find is the one you make with your own two hands. You're trying to win a war you can't possibly win. I'm just trying to survive it.
Winning is a concept for those who believe in an end. I do not. There is no end to the war on crime, just as there is no end to the human capacity for darkness. But that does not mean we should not fight. My pain is not a story, Payne. It is my engine. It reminds me that every life is precious, that every moment of peace is a victory, and that even the smallest act of kindness can echo through the dark. You see a terminal diagnosis, but I see a challenge. To survive is not enough. To simply endure is to let the darkness win. We must not only survive, we must fight for a better world, even if we are the only ones who believe it is possible. Your cynicism is a defeat before the battle has even been joined.
Cynicism isn't a choice, Batman. It's a consequence. A scar from the many battles I've already lost. Your belief in a better world is a crutch, a way of convincing yourself that all this suffering isn't for nothing. I've seen too much to believe in crutches. I see pain as a language, a code that tells you who you are and what you're capable of. You've chosen to let it tell you that you are a hero, a savior. Mine told me that I am a killer, a broken man with nothing to lose. It doesn't romanticize anything, it just is. And in its honesty, I find a brutal kind of comfort. It's a mirror that shows me what I really am, without the masks, without the stories, without the lies. And I'd rather be a real man with a broken reflection than a masked hero with a beautiful lie.
Your truth is a static one, a constant state of being. My truth is a dynamic one, a constant state of becoming. We both live in the shadow of pain, but you have let it become your home, while I have made it my battlefield. We may never agree on its purpose, but in this one thing, we are alike. We are two men who have been so deeply wounded that we can see the world with a clarity others cannot. And in that shared clarity, perhaps, lies our only common ground.